Hi CeraVe, my name is Shamu Kebu and I'm a junior year nursing student at Montgomery College with a dual enrollment at the University of Maryland for my BSN, and this is why I want to be a nurse. All throughout my high school career, I wanted to be in the sciences, but similarly to a lot of seniors in high school who at the time were making the life-changing transition from high school to college, I was met with a lot of uncertainty of what I wanted to major in. I actually did not immediately know that I wanted to be a nurse. Like a lot of my fellow students, when it came to applying to college, I had an idea of what I wanted to major in, but I found myself in a mental state consisting of a lot of uncertainty because as I was graduating high school, I realized that I had poured more time and energy into maintaining a strong GPA, acquiring a high SAT score, participating in a ton of extracurricular work and community service opportunities with the nearsighted goal of being the perfect candidate that colleges would seek after, rather than taking the time to slow down and ask myself, what do I want to major in? What do I dream of being in the future? I mean, of course, I had lightly skimmed over what I may be passionate about. I knew that I had a passion for the sciences and I deeply loved math, but I hadn't really slowed down to sit with myself with my own thoughts, irrespective of any other outside noise, and really dissect the options of different majors in STEM category to understand where my passions really lie. But what I did know was that I was the child of two immigrant parents who worked very hard every day to pave the way for me and my siblings to have the option and opportunity to attend college. So naturally, when I first entered my first semester of college, in the midst of this mental panic and air of uncertainty, I felt compelled to just settle and quickly choose a major that sounded very important and very flashy in the hopes of making my parents proud. A major that was still a part of the sciences, so I had that as reassurance since I did want to major in STEM. The major that I quickly chose was biochemistry. However, after a couple of classes, I wasted no time to realize that biochemistry was not for me. So after a series of sleepless nights, I made the decision to sit down in a quiet place on campus and go over the list of STEM majors to see what else was out there. This lasted about 2 hours and I landed upon nursing. Now, I don't know why, but nursing wasn't really something that had previously crossed my mind before this moment. But when I stumbled upon it, something in my mind clicked. Something that I can only describe as an epiphany, an aha moment. Memories started to come to me, and I remembered moments in my life when I was in the hospital. My little sister, the moment that she was born, she was diagnosed with a condition known as trisomy 18, also known as Edwards syndrome, which is a genetic disorder that occurs at birth, whereby the baby is born with 3 copies of chromosome 18 instead of 2. This affects the physical and mental development of the child, and most children who are born with this condition are born with a significantly low birth weight, which was true in my sister's case, and she was also born without the ability to speak or walk, as well as brittle bone disease and other developmental abnormalities. Naturally, she has been in and out of the hospital for checkups, physical therapy, and has even gotten fitted for different wearable devices to assist with strength or mobility, such as her wheelchair. I remember following my mom during some of these appointments when I wasn't busy with high school, and I was always fascinated with how different members of the interdisciplinary team at the hospital worked together to deliver the best patient outcomes for my sister. I remember sleeping overnight at the hospital for 1 week during summer break with my mom regarding a health scare that concerned my sister, which was a fracture related to her brittle bones. And I remember how the nurses specifically would come into the hospital room from time to time to check up on my sister, such as frequent checks on her feeding pump to see if her feeding was complete and making sure that her wounds were okay and not infected. The nurses always demonstrated care, empathy, and compassion, which are qualities that put my family and I at ease. I also remember how the nurses were always happy to explain a procedure to me that they were doing while I observed it being demonstrated on my sister, which was really helpful for me because I would actually go on to help assist my mom with providing this same care for my sister at home when she was discharged from the hospital. Till this day, I now help with administering my sister's feedings, giving her bed baths, and administering her oral medications. When I realized that this was something that I enjoyed doing, which is also within the STEM field that I have always had a passion for, I immediately switched my major from biochemistry to nursing, and I'm so grateful to this day that I made that decision. I am now in my junior year of my nursing program with one more year left, and I absolutely love nursing and the skills that I have learned for clinicals, some of which I happen to have already been accustomed to prior to being enrolled in the nursing program by taking care of my little sister, which has really shown to have come full circle in my life. Every day that I spend providing care at home and on campus is a learning experience, and I wouldn't have it any other way. If awarded the CeraVe scholarship, I plan to put it forth as an investment towards my education in continued pursuit of my nursing school journey with the goal that I've always had in mind of graduating from my program debt-free, which is a goal that I keep growing closer to each and every day. Thank you so much, CeraVe, for this opportunity, and I thank you for taking the time out of your day to review my video and my application. Goodbye.